Hello, my crafty friends. Just a warning, this video does contain swearing content, so walk away if you're not interested in that. I recently purchased this stamp set and die set from Sassy Pants. I saw it featured on Corinne Wiskman's story, and I didn't even finish watching the story. I just immediately went and purchased this stamp set because I knew I needed to have it. So I am going to take this recently purchased background word stamp from Simon Says Stamp. It's like friendship. It's a friendship saying. And I'm just going to ink that up with the Lost Shadow Distress Oxide. I wanted this to be my background, but I wanted it to be light. I didn't want it to be too in your face. I just wanted it to be subtle and not plain white. So I'm inking that up and just going to put my cardstock on there and run my fingers around it. I'm not too worried about getting a really good impression. I sometimes like it when it's a little bit splotchy, so I'm not too worried about that. But then I'm going to peel this up and set it aside so that it can dry. I mean, you can barely tell on camera that it's there, but in person you can see that there is some stamping there. And so now I'm going to take the die and I am going to cut this out of this textured paper. It is from, I think it's Deco Foil, and I can't think right now what it's called, but it's like fleecy. I use it a lot for pandas when I use my panda die, but I thought it would be fun to have the die cut done in two out of white cardstock and then out of this black like fleecy, because you can feel it. And I don't know about you, but if you're having a tough day or you're just annoyed and you have something textured and soft, it was kind of a texture thing and a way to settle myself. I actually made this for a coworker because this is the kind of this kind of humor we have in order to survive in the wild that is the healthcare system. So I'm going to cut this out in white twice. I am using my Honeybee Stamps Bitty Buzz Cutter. Absolutely love this thing. It sits on my table. It doesn't take up a lot of space. You can fold up the sides so it's not in the way. Absolutely love this thing. If you don't have one or in the market for a small die cutting machine, I highly recommend this one. Not sponsored, not affiliated with Honeybee in any way, shape, or form. I just really like this product. So now I'm just going to take and make sure all of the pieces come out. I am going to use my die pick to make sure that I poke out all the little centers of all my words here so that everything is neat. And then I did struggle on how I wanted to lay this out. Honestly, if I'm to do it again, I think I would make a slimline card so that I would have more real estate, or a 5x7, more real estate to lay them out as I was wanting to, but I did make it work in the end. So I'm going to put a white one at the top, a white one at the bottom, and then the black velvety one in the middle. But before I do that, I am going to take from the stamp set one of the sentiments and stamp that down. I'm going to use the black ink that I use all the time, but I am going to kind of lay these out to see where I want to put that little sentiment. And so it worked out. I was hoping I'd have a little more space, but I do end up putting one of the words close to the top. It actually hangs off a little bit because the panel that I'm putting it on is not A2 size. It is a 4 by 5 1/4, so it's slightly smaller so that I have a border. So I'm just going to ink this up with the VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink, which for some reason when I originally talk about it, I can never remember the name of this ink until I show it on the screen and remind myself what it is called. So I'm going to, again, audition my pieces to see where I want them to be, and then I will adhere them down using some of my Barely Arts liquid glue. You don't need a lot of glue to adhere these down, just little dabs, because they are kind of delicate of a font. So I'm just adjusting them. So as you can see, the loops on those letters are going to hang off a little bit, but it works out and it will fit in an A2 size card because of the border that I have, because my panel is smaller, like I said. So I am continuing to work on Christmas projects. We bring, just so you know, if you're not familiar with the Christmas series that I'm working on, there are 2 videos a week that come out on Mondays and Fridays. We have a theme. I work with Michelle from Scrap Secrets. I joined her for her Countdown to Christmas series. So I have a playlist of all of the videos so far. So if you've missed them or have interest in them, because there are giveaways throughout the entire for the series that we are doing. So if you're interested in any information about that, definitely check out that playlist. I have all of the videos for both myself and Michelle in there. So if you wanted to binge through, we have some pretty good ideas, and we still have a few projects left. So I'm looking forward to creating those. So that is the project for today. I am just going to adhere this panel down using some liquid glue right to a regular A2 size card base. And that is the project. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. If you're someone who likes swearing as much as I do, I highly recommend heading over to Sassy Pants and getting this stamp set and die before they run out of them. I absolutely love it. If you know of any other snarky companies, feel free to let me know down below. And as always, I hope that y'all have a great day.